Tesla just lost a pretty important part of their team. This guy was a head of production for the last 3 years. Though let's talk about whether how valuable he was. But he has gone to Lucid Motors, the company we kind of forgot about from a while back. But now that they got $1 billion in funding from a Saudi Arabia fund, they are now ramping up their plans to produce this car. I love this car. When I saw it myself a couple of years ago. The former executive, Peter Rawlinson, is now their CEO, and I'll show you a quick interview with him just in a few minutes. But, as Lucid needs to figure out how to start producing their cars, they hired this guy. So not only Tesla lost him, and again, it's a production. Production is important to Tesla, really to all electric car makers right now. It also went to, I would say, a rival. I think Lucid Air will rival Tesla Model S. So let me tell you all about it. All of this is coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric!
Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on the subscribe button down there and the bell notification icon. Don't forget about that one. That way you won't miss anything moving forward. All right, Lucid Air. Love the car, especially on the inside. I would say if they ever hits the production, it would probably be the most luxurious, dare I say, car in general. I probably Rolls Royces and my Maybachs would be, but I would say with under 100,000. And they're starting this. They're still saying they're starting this at about $60,000. The specs are about 240 miles, but they are probably going to be upping it. This is why I'm going to play my interview with Peter Rawlinson, the new CEO of Lucid Motors. And as I mentioned, I've covered this brand a couple of years ago. My channel used to be called Everything Tesla, as you can see on my mic there. And it was during the Monterey Car Week, and one is just coming up, so it's going to be a 2-year anniversary since I saw the Lucid Motors last. Though one of my viewers just told me that he lives down the street from them, and he sees their prototypes flying back and forth all the time. But I was really impressed. I really, really liked it. They were the only electric car there that year. So that, last year, everyone was there. So many cars, including Byton, right? The sponsor of this channel, which, by the way, why don't we just mention it? Byton is the channel sponsor. Check out their $45,000 starting price electric SUV called Ambite, coming to Europe and here United States at the end of the next year. So it's important for you to get on the waiting list because there's over 50,000 of us, and mainly because it costs you absolutely nothing. I'm not kidding. It's $0, about 60 seconds of your time. So if you for some reason haven't reserved one, there's a link in the description of this video. Okay, so now let me play an interview with Peter that I did a few months ago, but this goes into some plans of Lucid, especially in terms of what are they going to be doing with their specs. So here's my a minute from my interview with Peter.
Well, we've always said that we would put the car into production about 24 months after securing funding. We've gone through our funding process and we found the dream partner and way for putting the car into production.
Okay, and so we know the specs were already impressive a couple of years ago, even when I talked to you guys in Monterey Car Week. Are you going to keep them the same, or do you think you guys are going to change it up and maybe keep it even more relevant than it already is?
Well, this is the point. We've had a couple of years of extra development time, and we're now able to create a car which is even better and very appropriate for a 2020 year launch.
So as you can see, they're definitely thought about. Everybody saying, hey guys, you're 2 years behind of your own plans. Are you going to up the specs? And it looks like they will up the specs. And I'm looking forward to it. Now, of course, don't forget, it's a bit of a touchy subject because Saudi Arabia Fund is the one that's sponsoring them or investing into them. And as you know, they do not have a good record, to say like the very least, with journalists. So I have to say, and I obviously didn't really ask Peter this time around about this, but I think it's a question in a lot of our journalist minds. We'll get to it in a different video. I'm just saying it's something we should probably talk about. And okay, so here's the guy, Peter Holding, 2 H's in a row. It's pretty hard to say. Anyway, Peter. We're going to call him Peter, not to be confused with their CEO. Here, I don't know, is he a Tesla executive? Is he a model for Men's Warehouse? I don't know. But This is this is a conversation to be had. On one hand, great, they're gonna be getting this guy. He has like over 20 years at Audi, by the way, before he joined Tesla. So he was over 21 years at Audi, and then 3 years at Tesla. The question is, well, why you're leaving so soon? And it was pretty much under his supervision the last 3 years, right? Then the Tesla Model 3 went through the production hell, and then okay, how do we evaluate if this is the right guy to run a Lucid, and if this is a loss for Tesla? Because this was not exactly a good 3 years for the Model 3. Lots of mistakes in the beginning, much slower ramp up than that everybody thought of. They really kind of lost the trust of Panasonic, their trusted battery partner. I've done videos about that Panasonic ended up losing money because they were waiting for the Model 3 production ramp up, and invested all this money, but didn't get it until about a year later. All of these quality issues that people were talking about. Obviously, Model 3 is being built much better right now, but overall, I'm wondering, is he I mean, it's hard to evaluate, right? Either he said, listen, without this guy, it wouldn't even be 3 years, it would be five, and Tesla would be bankrupt. So this guy's genius. So great, of course, Lucid is lucky to have him. Or you can say, well, he can go because obviously this we can probably do better next time. I don't know which one it is. So if you guys have some information or guesses, then definitely let me know. But I don't. All I know is that this is also however you look at it, Tesla has been losing a lot of executives, and in the beginning I was kind of defending them, saying, well, it's okay, it's Silicon Valley, it's a big industry, and there's so many people jumping in, they're poaching all the time. It's normal to have executives change hands, if you will. But lately it's just too many. I have to say, obviously everybody knows it's not that easy to work with Elon Musk, though they all knew that when they joined. Is this a management issue? Is this a control issue? When I see the shareholder meetings and the quarterly calls, a lot of times I feel Elon talks over his execs and doesn't always trust them to even give an answer to us. So I don't know what it is. Now, is he a good fit for Lucid? Hell yeah! And there's quite a few different former executives from Tesla. The CEO, Peter Olson, being one of them. It was actually founded in 2007. That company is actually 12 years old, by the former, I think, VP of Tesla. So lots of history with Tesla, and it definitely, they're building up the team again because they lost a lot of people as they were kind of dying for the last couple of years. And it's definitely a sign that they already have the site. As you heard from Peter, that they're going to be building their factory, and this guy needs to get involved right now. So I would say not a good news for Tesla, and probably good news for Lucid. I would just gonna go ahead and say probably good news for Lucid, and I'm looking forward to. I really want Lucid to come to the production. This car is amazing. You've seen some shots of me sitting in a prototype, and I was already super impressed, even though it was very prototypey, I have to say. So yeah, let me know what you think. Is this a loss for Tesla? Is this a gain for Lucid? How do we look at this guy? Stud or dud, I guess. Let's play that game on this channel. Why not? While you're doing that, don't forget to get on our VIP list, which is also free. That's the second thing you can get in the description of this video that's free. Biting the reservation and getting on our VIP list, which means you get a bonus story every Saturday from us, custom written by our a writer, AJ. He's awesome. So you get it in your inbox every Saturday, and while we sort of on the little 2-day hiatus, you can still enjoy electric car news. All right, that's it from me. I will see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.